Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of the platform party. The platform party is entering from the left side of Lockridge Arena, and it's led by Dr. Pete Craig Taylor, Faculty Distinguished Lecturer, and Dr. Zahi Kath, Faculty Senate Representative. Dr. Taylor is carrying the University Mace, a symbol of knowledge and authority dating back to the 13th century. Mainz's mace is made of rosewood, brass, bronze, and silver. It weighs 16 pounds and is topped by Blaster, our beloved school mascot. Dr. Kath is carrying a replica of the 16th century book, the De Re Metallica, widely considered to be the foundational book on mining and metallurgy. This book represents the body of knowledge shared by Mainz faculty and students, and its opening and closing on stage indicate the beginning and closing of today's ceremony. Platform party members include President Paul Johnson and distinguished speaker Dr. Margaret Murnane, student speaker Xiaoping Li, deans, department heads, and vice presidents, Colorado School of Mines trustees including alumnus and board chairman Tom Jordan, alumnus and vice chairman Tim Haddon, alumna and trustee Patty Starzer, alumnus and trustee Charles McNeil, and student trustee Sevi Swift. Continuing the processional are representatives of the Mainz faculty. And now, processing into Lockridge Arena, our doctoral and master's degree candidates. Today, we will confer 175 master's and professional degrees and 63 doctoral degrees. The flags on stage represent the home countries of today's graduates, including Brazil, Burundi, Canada, China, Colombia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, India, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Kazakhstan, Korea, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Mexico, Nepal, the Netherlands, Pakistan, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Spain, Taiwan, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, the United Arab Emirates, Venezuela, and the United States of America. Please remain standing until all of our graduates have entered the arena. Please remain standing for our national anthem performed by the Colorado School of Mines Natural Miners.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Please remain standing for the Colorado School of Mines alma mater. The alma mater opens convocation and commencement, marking the transition from Mines students to Mines alumni. You can find the alma mater's lyrics on page 22 of your program.
Raise your voices, engineers, your devotion sing. To the greatest school of mines, let the chorus ring. Hail to thee, CSM, to our hearts most dear. Every miner loves thy name, and every engineer. Honor, glory to thy name, these we pledge anew. While we live to sing thy fame, alma mater true. Hail to thee, school of mines, silver and the blue. Every miner sings thy praise, O alma mater true.
Please be seated. Please welcome the 17th President of Colorado School of Mines, Dr. Paul Johnson.
Thank you. Hey, how about another hand for the natural miners? All right, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Colorado School of Mines, I want to welcome all of you here to Lockridge Arena in the heart of our beautiful Mines campus. In this ceremony, we will be awarding the most advanced degrees attainable in the sciences and engineering. I think we all understand that reaching this point is a very special accomplishment, but just in case, consider that less than 10% of the adult U.S. population ever completes any graduate degree, less than 2% ever completes a doctoral degree. We also know that only about 6% of the U.S. workforce have STEM degrees, and you know that Mines is pretty selective. This is starting to sound like one of your test problems or something? You gotta, yeah. I won't make you do the math, but I think you can see that our graduates are in a pretty elite group. Speaking of our graduates, are you out there? The trustee said that was pathetic. That's, Trustee Haddon, who has to, actually they all have to approve your degrees at the end of the ceremony, so in case you think you're done yet, you're not really, so graduates, are you out there? All right, Trustee Haddon's happy. A lot of people are here this afternoon to congratulate you, your families and friends, faculty and staff, alumni and members of the Colorado School Board of Trustees. Some made trips from very far away, and others couldn't be here in person or watching you on our live internet feed, waiting to catch a glimpse of you to see you watch across the stage. In addition to being a very elite group, you're also a very international group, coming from as near as Aspen, Colorado, and as far away as Abu Saudi Arabia. On stage today, we have flags representing your home countries. To reach this point, you all relied on others for support and encouragement. Because of that, I'd like to give you an opportunity to thank those in the audience who played critical roles in your lives. So first, will the proud parents of our graduates please stand? You provided encouragement during those stressful times and celebrated their progress, even though that was tough to gauge at times. Did it seem strange to you that your son or daughter had difficulty projecting how long it would take to complete their graduate degree? Or that their ability to explain in simple terms what they were studying seemed to decrease exponentially with time in graduate school? In any case, thank you very much for supporting and encouraging our graduates to pursue their advanced degrees. Will all the spouses and significant others please stand? You probably provided financial support and almost certainly reminded your loved one more than a few times that perpetual student was not an acceptable career choice. So thank you for keeping our graduates focused on completion. Friends, siblings, other relatives, boyfriends, and girlfriends, please stand. You're the group we refer to as the distractions. You are the ones enticing our graduates to sneak away and hit the trails, head to the ski slopes, or make the short tour at the brewery a weekly event. But thank you for helping our graduates find a good work-life balance. Now, I know we've got some alumni and donors in the audience today. Please stand. I know there's a few master students in the group that are alumni as well. So you're a pretty passionate group. You like to tell stories from your days at mines. Those frequently involve recreational use of dynamite and other rituals that would probably land us in court today. Even though you occasionally grumble that mines has gotten soft since your time, you do provide generous scholarship support, professorships for the faculty advisors, job and internship opportunities, and career advice for our graduates. So thank you very much, alumni and donors, for supporting these graduates and all future generations of Orediggers. And finally, will the amazing faculty, staff, and leadership of Colorado School Mines please stand? You taught, mentored, supported, and inspired our graduates. You set the bar high and challenged them to reach it. You were named the top faculty across all U.S. public universities by the Wall Street Journal, and are a key reason why Mines has been ranked the #1 school in the U.S. for engineering degree by USA Today, consistently in the top 10 universities for professional success for our graduates. I should say that to the audience, one of the differences between an undergraduate ceremony and a graduating ceremony is the sort of bond that the faculty feel for the students. They've worked very closely with them along the way, particularly the PhD students, and it's really a different sort of mentoring relationship and inspiring, and I know this ceremony means a lot to them. So thank you very much for being here and all that you do for our students. And finally, I want to give a special shout out to all of our volunteers who've been planning this event for months, and they've been here all day today making the ceremonies work out nice. So let's thank them as well. So to wrap up this welcome, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our graduates. You've all worked very hard to get here. Some of you took advantage of our 4+1 BS-MS combination to either get more depth in your major area or breadth in a complementary discipline, or to gain critical business and management skills. Others dove deeply into the frontiers of research and are now the newest world experts on concentrating solar energy systems, fuel cells, human-robot interactions, artificial intelligence, novel materials, biological systems, energy and mineral policy, sustainable use of the Earth's precious resources, and other topics that are critical to our futures. Whatever your motivation or the path you followed to get here, I want you to know that the Mines faculty, staff, leadership, and alumni are proud to call you graduates of Colorado School Mines. I hope that you share and always carry that pride with you wherever you go in your life and your career. You are hell of engineers and Orediggers for life. And today, because you're so special, we arranged to have Star Wars open today. Anybody go last night? I know there's a few folks, actually I know there's a student trustee I know who went last night. Anyway, in the spirit of Star Wars, may the Force be with you, and as Yoda would say, hell of a engineers and Orediggers for life you are, and will always be. Congratulations, have a great day today, and terrific accomplishments. Thank you. You probably wonder why the president has a lightsaber. It's mine. All right, now I'd like to introduce our student speaker, Xiaopeng Li. Xiaopeng, come on up. Xiaopeng hopes to receive his doctorate in petroleum engineering today. It's up to this group over here. So in case you need to know which side of the stage to focus on, that's the group. His research is focused on hydraulic fracturing and reservoir modeling as a means to enhance unconventional hydrocarbon recovery. Xiaopeng received his bachelor's degree from China University of Petroleum in Beijing and his master's degree from Mines. Since August, he has been working as a petroleum and reservoir engineer for FracGeo, an oil and gas software and consulting company. Xiaopeng has plenty to be excited about today, but he is most excited to be getting married in 2 weeks. To a fellow student that he met here at Mines. I think that deserves like 2 double claps, right? So please join me in welcoming Xiaopeng to the podium.
Okay, thank you very much, President Johnson. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dear fellow graduates, congratulations, we made it. so one of my ancestors, Chun Li, was one of the greatest bridge engineer. In my hometown, he built the oldest open spandrel arch stone bridge, Zhaozhou Bridge, 1300 years ago. So I wanted to be an engineer, so I came to Mines, one of the best engineering school. But think about all those possibilities you can choose instead of graduate school. But yet, we stand here today. So all in the name of science, engineering, and economics. Be proud of yourself. But also let me say it for us, it is hard. So by paraphrasing Thomas Edison's quote about genius, I can describe graduate study road to be 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So how is that? So the early bird NBA player, Kobe Bryant, revealed his secret of success to a reporter by asking, do you know what Los Angeles looks like at 4 o'clock in the morning? So, well, it's not going to be different at 10 or 11, but I believe most of us tend to be night owls. Remember those nights you bury yourself in the pile of papers in the library. You stand in front of your experiment equipment in the labs. Scratch your head, squeeze your brain, ask yourself, what is the answer? That's 99% perspiration. And sometimes you think you had enough of it. But you know, research abused me thousands of times, yet I still treat her as first love. No wonder that the original Greek meaning of philosophy in PhD is love of wisdom. But those constant searching, thinking turned quantitative change to qualitative change, a breakthrough point. Like hundreds of thousands of times, for her I searched in chaos. Suddenly I turned by chance to where the lights were waning, and there she stood. So you finally solved the problem. The sudden enlightenment is so occult and untraceable. It's one of the most beautiful moments in my life, a step forward for individual and all human beings. So you can call it luck, that's 1% inspiration. So to summarize, a Chinese philosopher Mencius said, So it is that whenever God invests a person with great responsibilities, he first tries his resolve, exhausts his muscles and bones, starves his body, leave him destitute, and confounds his every endeavor. In this way, his patience and endurance are developed, and his weakness is overcome. The way forward, walking into a professional practice could be a whole new learning curve, because our skill sets and potentials through graduate training tend to be encapsulated to its very own focus. If you ask my advice, just use what math taught you, research. Work, but just not do things and follow procedures. Think about the process and how all the pieces fit together. And if you fail, no big deal. You can't be Broncos' 8 losing streaks, right? Ask why and fix it. Learn as much as you can and find the resources to learn, to listen, to watch. Not just do it well, but to understand. So isn't this research? This is kind of thinking that defines your attitude and shapes who you are as math graduates. Be grateful. Be conscious of the role of chance in life. Understand that your success is not completely deserved, and others' failure is not completely deserved neither. So Newton remarked, if I have seen further, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants. So for your research, those giants can be your advisor, your committees, the industry leaders. For your life, the giants, they can be your family, your friends, your beloved, sitting or not sitting here today. But someday, you will be others' giants. Your work will be cited in others' theses, and you will stand behind the people you love. Let me borrow the song from Eagles for the ending. So take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Go Orediggers. Thank you very much.
Is your fiancée here?
She's over there.
Stand up for us. We got to congratulate you and family. I think they want us to make sure you get your degree today.
Yeah.
You can factor that in when it comes time. So, yeah. Great, thank you. All right, it is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Margaret Murnane. Dr. Murnane is faculty member in the Department of Physics and Electrical and Computer Engineering at the University of Colorado. She's also a fellow at JILA, J-I-L-A, which originally was an acronym but is sort of no longer, I understand. Margaret can explain that later. But in any case, her research interests are in ultrafast optical and X-ray science. She has received several fellowships and awards in recognition for her work in pioneering the use of lasers to study physical processes on shorter timescales. Margaret and her husband, Dr. Henry Kapteyn, have been collaborating since they were at their doctoral programs at the University of California at Berkeley. After appointments at Washington State and the University of Michigan, Margaret and Henry were enticed by the highly specialized, one-of-a-kind instrumentation that brought them to JILA, and they have called Colorado home since 1999. Their joint laboratory is powered by a large group of international researchers with diverse backgrounds. Students from physics, engineering, chemistry work together on a wide range of projects, highlighting the importance that Margaret places on collaboration. I have to say, having reviewed it, that it would probably take about a week to cover Margaret's accomplishments and awards. So I'm only going to highlight a few that I think by themselves, individually, any of us would dream of having. The fact that she has them as a collective is amazing. So, and I think these really establish her as one of the leading scientists in the world. So first, in 2000, Margaret was named a John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Fellow. Does anybody know what those fellowships are more commonly called? They're more commonly called Genius Awards. So if you follow the press, whenever they come out, they give out about 20 or 30 of these every year. They go to every discipline in the universe pretty much. But they're highly touted awards and highly publicized. And it's unusual just to be in the room with someone who's received one of those. Second, if that wasn't enough, in 2004, Margaret was elected to the National Academy of Sciences. And for those of you who know how that works, you have to be elected by members of National Academy of Sciences. There's a fixed number that can be there at any time. And to reach that at such a young age is also pretty strong indication of how special she is. In 2011, she was elected the Boyle Medal Laureate, which is Ireland's most prestigious scientific honor. And earlier this year, she was awarded the Optical Science Society of America's Frederick Ives Medal Quinn Prize for pioneering and sustained contributions to ultrafast science, ranging from femtosecond lasers to soft X-ray, high harmonic generation to attosecond studies of atoms and molecules. Some of you, I hope, understand what that means. But it sounds pretty impressive. But it's good stuff. And Margaret was also the first woman to receive that medal in its nearly 90-year history. Along those lines, she's very active in getting women involved in science and has served on and chaired the American Physical Society Committee on the Status of Women in Physics. Margaret received her bachelor and master's degrees from University College Cork in Ireland and her doctorate in physics from the University of California, Berkeley. She also holds honorary doctorates from University College Dublin and Uppsala University. This is a really special treat for us to have someone of this caliber to be able to address us at our graduate ceremony today. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Murnane to the podium.
Thank you so much, President Johnson and Professor Squire. I very much appreciate this opportunity and this honor to address an amazing set of graduates. You've just spent some years, depending on whether you were doing a master's or a PhD studies, pushing back the frontiers of knowledge, amazingly creative, and as we all know, sometimes painful. And in that process, we know the master's or PhD advanced graduate degrees makes us better scientists and also better people. And in my opinion, there has never been a better time to be graduating with an advanced degree. There are more opportunities than ever for creativity, combining science and art, business and innovation. And one might think that one of the challenges in the 21st century is how any of us as a scientist or an engineer can distinguish ourselves in a world of 7 billion people. But that may not quite be the right question that we should ask. And I'd just like to share 3 things I learned in a very unlikely journey from rural Ireland to being a scientist in Colorado, and just a few of the things I learned along the way. First, while it's very important that we believe in our own abilities, we have to recognize that we're not going to change the world or have impact alone. And in my own career, I have never done science alone. I think it would be actually quite boring. And it's one thing that we need to communicate as scientists and engineers, that STEM is a group process, that we do stand on the shoulders of others. In my own career, I met my husband in a lasers class in grad school at Berkeley, and we were looking for jobs together. We were very fortunate to get 2 positions in a university in Eastern Washington for our first faculty positions at Washington State University. And as we left Berkeley to go to WSU, some of the professors at Berkeley said, you know, if you go to a small school, you will never be heard from again. And fortunately, we didn't believe that. We believed, you know, 2 heads are better than 1. You can tackle a harder problem if you do it with somebody else and if you believe in their ability. And fortunately, WSU allowed us to work together. You know, what a concept, you know. That really allowed us to take a chance. So we started developing or working on a laser technology that the theorists had said would not be possible to make work. And fortunately, we had some brilliant students, and as a team, we cracked the puzzle. And what's equally amazing is that same laser is still in use, 27 years later, which when you think about your iPhone 6 or 8 or whatever version is out now, it's quite amazing that the technology persisted. Second thing I'd like to encourage you to do is to listen to feedback from people that you have confidence in and admire. I was the first person in my family to attend college, and I decided I wanted to be a scientist when I was 7 years old. I had no idea whatsoever what that meant. Arrived as a freshman to college. My college professor was the first scientist I met, and I announced to him I was going to be a professor when I grew up. Colm realized the unlikely chance that was, so he said, well, maybe you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. And so I had a math major as the fallback. And then as I left for graduate school in the US, the same Professor Colm said to me, I think you'll do well. You have a lot of common sense, and you know your own limitations. And when I tell that story to other people, they often say, oh, that was a put down. And actually, it had a really strong impact on me, because I realized grades weren't everything. There were definitely smarter quantum theorists in most of my classes. I was not the smartest in terms of learning the fastest, but cultivated this idea of how do we put our science and engineering in context. Talk to all kinds of people, national labs, industry, people in my discipline, people outside of my discipline, and it completely changed what I did. I wasn't just focused on my own work, but on solving other people's problems also. They were equally interesting, even more important in many cases, and then that collaboration is what allowed us to tackle interesting and important problems. That ability to recognize not what you can do, but what is worth doing is something that to cultivate, we don't have that ability within our own person. We have to talk to other people to develop that. And then finally, last thing I would say to people is, volunteer. You will meet an amazing set of people by doing that. It's how I met the role models, important role models in my own life. I met Millie Dresselhaus, who also called the Queen of Carbon for her work. As a young physicist at the time, many of us asked Millie, so what advice would you give us as a young female physicist? And Millie didn't bat an eyelid and said, find a good partner. And I was very fortunate to work with my husband Henry, even as a grad student. So when I tried to quit graduate school a couple of times, Henry pointed out, you can't cook and you can't sew, and I'm not going to support you, so you better get your PhD. And also had the real pleasure of volunteering and meeting Mary Robinson, who some of you may know was the first female president of Ireland and also the UN Commissioner for Human Rights. And just meeting her and seeing how she is still working so hard for the UN and for what she believes in for decades. And so, in conclusion, it is interesting now as we all go forward in our path in life that most of the scientific, social, economic, and innovation challenges of the 21st century need a team. They can't be addressed alone. So your ability to make a difference in the world is going to be determined by your ability to team up to build a better university, a business, a community, a country, and the world. This is actually harder than what you've just done. Get your master's and PhD degrees. But but the challenge is worthwhile. Your professors, everybody here on the stage know you're up to the challenge, and I want to wish you the best in your journey and as you go out to change the world.
Thank you, Margaret. How about a hand for both of our speakers today again? Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Wendy Harrison, our Vice President of Research and Technology Transfer, and she's going to announce the winner of the Rath Research Award.
Thank you, President Johnson. The Rath Research Award recognizes the PhD thesis with the potential for greatest society impact. This award was established at Mines only a few years ago by Dr. Bhaskar Rath, the Associate Director of Research for Materials Science and Component Technology at the Naval Research Laboratory and a member of the National Academy of Engineering. Before I announce the winner, I would like to acknowledge and recognize all of the finalists for the Rath Award. Please will you stand and remain standing when I mention your name. Zachary Jones, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Ashley Rust, Hydrologic Sciences and Engineering. Christopher Richards, Operations Research with Engineering. Li Chu Yang, Chemical and Biological Engineering. Congratulations to all of you for your outstanding scholarship and thesis. The winner of this year's Rath Award is Xiumin Li from the Department of Chemistry. Xiumin, please join us on the stage. Xiumin's dissertation is titled The Development of Advanced Materials for Next Generation of Rechargeable Batteries, and her advisor is Yong'an Yang. In her dissertation, Xiumin addressed the issue that increased use of renewable energy to significantly lower carbon emissions across the economy depends on more efficient ways to store energy. Dr. Li's thesis details innovative approaches to producing novel electrode materials for high-performance lithium batteries from industrial waste. Her patented, energy-efficient, cost-effective, and non-emitting process is already being considered for commercial use in next-generation solid-state batteries. Dr. Li, congratulations on your award. Your research is clearly having significant societal impacts, and we look forward to following your accomplishments in the future.
Thank you, Wendy. All right. Everybody ready to do some audience participation stuff? Yeah, it's a good time for that. Okay, so we've reached the point in the program when our graduates will cross the stage, be seen on the big screens. Parents, you get choked up and cry. Friends and loved ones, scream, cheer, stomp on the bleachers, do whatever you want. You know, in case there's any question, we sort of ask the graduates to maintain an air of formality, but the audience, you're invited to be as loud and creative in your expressions of congratulations as you'd like to be. We always start with our doctoral degree recipients. They have earned the most advanced degrees awarded in the sciences and engineering. Each recipient is accompanied on stage by the chair of their dissertation committee, who for many years has been their primary mentor and likely secured the funding to support their doctoral research. Each student's name will be announced along with their faculty advisor and dissertation title, and then we will watch as the faculty advisor attempts to place a rather odd-looking piece of clothing around their mentee's neck. Some have suggested that the doctoral hooding symbolizes the many years of indentured servitude by the student. This brief ritual can be entertaining, with the movements and head bobbing being unique to each student-mentor relationship, which can be very stressful in the weeks surrounding the PhD dissertation defense. Provost Tom Boyd, college deans, and department heads will join me in congratulating them as they cross the stage. And I was wondering, Margaret, would you like to join us as well? Shake hands, that would be fantastic. I'm sure the recipients would enjoy that. So with that, I think we're ready for our first doctoral.
From the College of Earth Resource Sciences and Engineering, Dr. Ramona M. Graves, Dean. In Mining Engineering, Dr. Priscilla P. Nelson, Department Head. Cameron Jahan Baksh, Advisor, Masami Nakagawa. Dissertation, Effects of Thermally Induced Fractures on EGS Performance. In Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. M. Stephen Enders, Department Head. Wesley Hall, Advisors, Dr. Yvette Kuiper and Dr. Murray Hitzman. Dissertation, Geochronology, Magnetic Lithostratigraphy, and the Tectonostratigraphic Evolution of the Late Mass to Neoproterozoic Ganzi Basin in Botswana and Namibia, and implications for copper-silver mineralization in the Kalahari Copper Belt. Subaru Tsuroka, Advisor, Dr. Thomas Monarchy. Dissertation, The Evolution of Hydrothermal Fluids from the Deep Porphyry Environment to the Shallow Epithermal Environment. Yi-Wan Jung, Advisor, Dr. Alexis Sichler. Dissertation, Physical Heterogeneity Control on Mineral Dissolution Rates from pore to continuum scale over geologic time. Emily Wojtek. Advisor, Dr. Kamini Singha. Dissertation, Determination of Subsurface Water Movement Using Self-Potential Measurements. In Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Erdal Ozkan, Department Head. Jijian Lu, Advisor, Dr. Louis Zerpa Acosta. Dissertation, Study of Hydrate Deposition and Sloughing in Gas-Dominated Pipelines Using Numerical and Analytical Models. Chaopeng Li. Advisor, Dr. Hazem Abbas. Dissertation, Modeling Fluid Imbibition for Hydraulic Fracturing and its Implications on Unconventional Hydrocarbon Recovery. Somea Karimi. Advisor, Dr. Hossein Kazami. Dissertation, Pore Scale Assessment of Middle Bakken Reservoir using centrifuge, mercury injection, nitrogen absorption, NMR, and resistivity instruments. Yanrui Ning. Advisor, Dr. Hussein Kazami. Dissertation, Production Potential of Niobrara and Cadell, Integrating Reservoir Simulation with 4D Seismic and Microseismic Interpretation. In Geophysics, Dr. John Bradford, Department Head. Elena Grakishnikova. Advisor, Dr. Thomas Davis. Dissertation, Niobrara Discrete Fracture Network, from outcrop surveys to subsurface reservoir models. Abdullah Nur Hassan. Advisor, Dr. Thomas Davis. Dissertation, 4D processing and time-lapse azimuthal amplitude analysis using legacy surveys for Niobrara reservoir characterization, Wattenberg Field, Colorado. Ryan North. Advisor, Dr. Yaogo Li. Dissertation, The Effects of Wideband Complex Electromagnetic Properties of Soils on Geophysical Sensor Performance. David Horvath. Advisor, Dr. Jeffrey Andrews Hanna. Dissertation, Planetary Hydrology, Implications for the Past Martian Climate and Present Titan Lake Hydrology using numerical models of the hydrologic cycles on Titan and Mars. Kendra Johnson. Advisor, Dr. Edwin Nissen. Dissertation, Applications of High-Resolution Topography in Active Tectonics. In Economics and Business, Dr. Roderick G. Agert, Division Director. Ross Manley, Advisor, Dr. Peter Maniloff. Dissertation, Learning to Bid for Oil and Gas Development Rights in the Gulf of Mexico. From the College of Applied Science and Engineering, Dr. Michael J. Kaufman, Dean. In the George S. Ansel Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Angus A. Rocket, Department Head. Jonathan Ponsolo, Advisors, Dr. Stephen Liu and Dr. David Olson. Dissertation, Determination of Hydrogen in Low Alloy Steel by Magnetoacoustic Emission and Barkhausen Noise. Ya Chao Chen, Advisor, Dr. Ivar Rymanis. Dissertation, Understanding Structure-Property Relations in Bu cryptite under pressure and at elevated temperature. Alexandra Anderson, Advisors, Dr. Patrick Taylor and Dr. Gregory Bogan. Dissertation, Computational Fluid Dynamic Modeling of a Secondary Lead Reverberatory Furnace. Stephen Van Hall, Advisor, Dr. Kip Findley. Dissertation, Improving Self-Pierce Rivet Performance through Processing and Alloy Development. Zada Ganberry, Advisor, Dr. John Spear. Dissertation, Iron-Zinc Phase Evolution and Cracking Behavior in Zinc-Coated Press-Hardened Steel. In Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Jennifer Wilcox, Department Head. Presented by Jason Ganley. Marcus Lehman, Advisor, Dr. Keith Neves. Dissertation, Biophysical Mechanisms Regulating von Willebrand Disease, Arterial Thrombosis, and Deep Vein Thrombosis in Microfluidic Models of Vascular Injury. Li Chu Yang, Advisor, Dr. Moises Karian. Dissertation, Deoxygenation of fatty acids to transport fuels over supported metal organic framework membranes. Neil Potke, Advisor, Dr. James Way. Dissertation, Coking-resistant PDAU composite membranes and CU-based electrodes by electroless plating for H2 separation and purification. Nathan Fletcher, Advisor, Dr. Melissa Krebs. Dissertation, Controlling Antibody Delivery, Mechanical Properties, and Cell Response of Alginate chitosan polyelectrolyte complexes. In Chemistry, Dr. Thomas Jeanette, Department Head. Xiumin Li, Advisor, Dr. Yong'an Yang. Dissertation, Development of Advanced Materials for Next Generation of Rechargeable Batteries. Fei Lang Liu. Advisor, Dr. Daniel Knaus. Dissertation, Development of Functional Polymers for Ion Exchange Membranes. Derek Strasser. Advisor, Dr. Daniel Knaus. Dissertation, multi-block copolymers containing hydrophobic and hydrophilic segments for anion exchange membranes. Captain Brett McNichols. Advisor, Dr. Alan Sellinger. Dissertation, synthesis and application of styrylphosphonic and cinnamic acid derivatives. Mangsa Shi. Advisors, Dr. Ryan Richards and Dr. Brian Trewin. Dissertation, syntheses and applications of mesomicroporous zeolites in vapor phase upgrading of biomass. Anna Baldwin. Advisor, Dr. Jennifer Schaefer. Dissertation, understanding aggregation of solvating extractants in applied separations. Kevin McCann. Advisor, Dr. Jennifer Schaefer. Dissertation, hexavalent group actinide separation, exploratory research with copper-3 periodate. Michael Service. Advisors, Dr. Jennifer Schaefer and Dr. David Wu. Dissertation, understanding extractant aggregation through molecular simulation. In physics, Dr. Jeff Squire, department head. Roxanne Touchton. Advisors, Dr. Zhigong Wu and Dr. Mark Lusk. Dissertation, the impact of crystal structure on electrophonon coupling and phonon-mediated properties. Angela Fioretti. Advisors, Dr. Eric Koberer and Dr. Adele Tamboli. Dissertation, development of zinc tin nitride for application as an earth-abundant photovoltaic absorber. Asama Alzabi. Advisor, Dr. Uwe Greife. Dissertation, benchmarking of neutron flux parameters at the USGS Triga reactor in Lakewood, Colorado. From the College of Engineering and Computational Sciences, Dr. Kevin L. Moore, Dean. In Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. John E. McRae, Department Head. Kimberly Manago. Advisor, Dr. Terry Hogue. Dissertation, evaluating hydrologic change in a semi-arid city, the impacts of land cover, water consumption, and policy directives on local water fluxes in Los Angeles, California. Melissa Valentin. Advisor, Dr. Terry Hogue. Dissertation, identifying climate-related hydrologic regime change in mountainous cold region watersheds. Ashley Rust. Advisor, Dr. Terry Hogue. Dissertation, wildfire in the West, evaluating water quality and ecosystem impacts and their controlling factors. Skylar Herzog. Advisors, Dr. John McRae and Dr. Christopher Higgins. Dissertation, Biohydrochemical Enhancements for Steam Water Treatment. Engineered hyporeic zones to increase hyporeic exchange, control residence times, and improve water quality. In computer science, Dr. Tracy K. Camp, Department Head. Devya Thiagarajan, Advisor, Dr. Dinesh Mehta. Dissertation, Faster Isomer Network Generation. In electrical engineering, Dr. Atef Z. El-Sherbeni, Department Head. Xihui Xu, Advisor, Dr. Michael Waken. Dissertation, Subspace Approximation on the Continuum. Mohammed Babakmer, Advisor, Dr. Marcelo Simoes. Dissertation, Comprehensive Power Systems, Applications of Compressive Sensing and Sparse Recovery in the Analysis of Smart Power Grids. Barnaz Harurchi, Advisors, Dr. Marcelo Simoes and Dr. Ahmed Aldura. Dissertation, Advanced Power Theories and Signal Decomposition Methods for Controlling Smart Converters in Smart Grid Applications. In mechanical engineering, Dr. John Berger, Department Head. Gavin Goodall, Advisors, Dr. Alexandra Newman and Dr. Amanda Herring. Dissertation, Minimizing Fuel Use at Remote Sites, the Roles of Load and Batteries. Madison Kelly, Advisor, Dr. Jason Porter. Dissertation, Investigation of high temperature and high pressure steam gasification kinetics of a coal-derived char surrogate.
All right, how about one more round of applause for all of our doctoral recipients today? While the master students are lining up, just a couple observations so far. That had to be, I'm going to look at the provost boy, but I think that had to be on average the tallest group of PhDs that has ever crossed the stage at Mines. I think that was also the youngest PhD recipient that we've ever had cross the stage before as well. And so far in terms of cheering, I think it's kind of a tie between physics and civil engineering right now. Not geophysics, Tom, no. So, but we have lots of master students and they're going to get a chance to see if the degrees can up, but Tom's a geophysics kind of guy. He would like to see a good performance from that group today, yes. All right, so the master students ready? Okay. I didn't hear that, what was that? Are they ready? Okay, all right, let's go.
From the College of Earth Resource Sciences and Engineering, Dr. Ramona M. Graves, Dean. In Mining Engineering, Dr. Priscilla P. Nelson, Department Head. Joseph Bourgeois. Raul Alejandro Chavez Trio. Zhu Sang Chang. Tyler Rockley. Ryan Zaini. In Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. M. Stephen Enders, Department Head. Alyssa Schwartz. Joshua Payne. Blake Herber. Elizabeth Wilson. Julia Peacock. Abdullah El Jalafi. Matthew Bauer. Moaf Al-Quaoud. In Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Erdal Ozkan, Department Head. Juan Felipe Hurtado Villanueva. Camelia Putri. Fadi George Shamas. Sergio Suarez Fernandez. Nurlibek Nurmakanov. Reed Baker. Alberto Ramirez. In Geophysics, Dr. John Bradford, Department Head. Sheila Hariandi. In Economics and Business, Dr. Roderick G. Agert, Division Director. Christian Polyak. Alexander Barker. James Beetham. Kylie Ford. Christopher Matthews. Valerie White. Logo Achuda. Joshua Mangone. Gaurav Teotia. Juan Felipe Hurtado Villanueva. Jonathan Becker. Alexander Restrepo. Walter Meeker. Daniel Ferrero. Larissa House. Christopher Hapchuk. Liam O'Callahan. Chao Chang. Mohammed Kaur. Shuolin Liu. German Leon Duarte. Philip Rubin. From the College of Applied Science and Engineering, Dr. Michael J. Kaufman, Dean. In the George S. Ansel Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Angus A. Rocket, Department Head. Lindsay Golem. Christina Saganik. Kayla Johnson. Luis Roberto Hamvilla. In Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Jennifer Wilcox, Department Head, presented by Jason Ganley. Chidaberry Agwu. Rick Shrama. In Chemistry, Dr. Thomas Jeanette, Department Head. Jordan Goss. Morgan Lucky. Matthew Strand. Tyler Pitcher. In Physics, Dr. Jeff Squire, Department Head. Emily McCoots. From the College of Engineering and Computational Sciences, Dr. Kevin L. Moore, Dean. In Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Gregory E. Fosshauer, Department Head. Taylor Chott. In Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. John E. McRae, Department Head. Jeremy Beard. Ian Robinson. Caitlin Gresty. Christopher Marks. Anna Schrader. Beth Kennicott. Martha Wolftang. Michelle Basil. Bryce Grimm. In Computer Science, Dr. Tracy K. Camp, Department Head. Hong Lee. Andrew Coles. Christopher Johnson. Jacob Amel. Derek Smith. In Electrical Engineering, Dr. Atef Z. El-Sherbeni, Department Head. Suradat Bunlad. Patrick Koretich. Josh McNeely. Zachary Simon. Govind Joshi. Ricardo Siqueira de Carvalho. In Mechanical Engineering, Dr. John Berger, Department Head. Ezra Olagoke. Kirtland McKenna. Austin Granger. Genevieve Parker. Benjamin Laro. Nelson Wyman Calvin Winbush III. Nicholas Baumgartner. Ryan Piscopo. Colin Peter. Joseph Meyer. Jose Dempier. Daniel Shang. Rupak Dasgupta. Michael Chang. Anthony D'Angelo. Dennis Tay. Sarah Wilson. Jessica Godinez. Joshua Schechter. Benjamin Holland.
Huh? You call it this time. Yes, okay. All right. Now we have to do like the official part. You thought that was the official part, but actually we have to like really confer your degrees on you. So we have to do that going forward, but I should say our provost has just informed me that he thinks the CS students had the overall louder cheering overall. So congratulations to you. What do we give them? Extra 0.1 on their GPA? Or okay, he's the provost, he can do that. All right, so back to our business. So for this, I need the help of Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Wendy Joe. Wendy? Please welcome her up here. And I also need the chairman of the Colorado School Mines Board of Trustees, Tom Jordan. So we have some scripted parts we have to read, and if we don't get them right, it doesn't count. Okay? So we got to be really careful with these, because they'll get upset at us, I think, if we tell them they have to come back tomorrow. So, okay? All right. So Wendy, you're first.
Thank you, President Johnson. I know I have to say something, but I forgot what to say. You guys have to go back to the classroom. Okay, today's candidates for the doctoral, professional, and master degrees, please rise. Mr. President, with approval of faculty, I recommend that the doctoral, professional, Master of Science, or Master of Engineering degree as appropriate be confirmed upon these candidates. The candidates who are unable to be present today will be awarded their degree in absentia. Their names appear in the program.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. We made it through the first part. It's good. The second part is up to Trustee Jordan. So, Trustee Jordan, I present to you and the Board of Trustees these candidates. Each has been recommended by the faculty to receive his or her degree. I concur with our faculty, and it is my honor to present these candidates to the board for your acceptance.
Thank you, President Johnson. I'd like to invite my fellow trustees to stand, please, and we do this together. President Johnson, by action of the Board of Trustees of the Colorado School of Mines, taken on December 8, 2017, I direct you to award these candidates to the degrees they have earned. Thank you.
But we're not done yet. If you listened carefully, I was directed to award the degrees. We haven't actually awarded the degrees. So, the last official language that goes along with this, and then we'll do some cheering for everybody. Upon recommendation of the faculty, and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon all those who have been recommended by the faculty the degrees of doctorate, professional master, master of science, or master of engineering, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I congratulate all of you on this outstanding accomplishment. And it's all because the student speech was so awesome. That's what did it for you. So go ahead and be seated. We've got a couple more things to wrap up here. I'm going to invite up Miss Patty Starzer from the class of 1983 and a member of the Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees to welcome you to the Alumni Association.
Thank you, President Johnson. And congratulations, graduates and families and friends, on this great accomplishment. Today, you leave Mines as the beneficiaries of a world-class education, one that has prepared you well for what comes next. You have graduated from one of the most rigorous engineering and science universities in the world. I hope you take great pride and joy in this accomplishment. Your Mines education has given you means to not only solve problems, but also to innovate for the benefit of society. You came here from every point on the globe to learn, build, and create together. You found common opportunity here, and that gives me great hope for our global future. Today, you are members of a very loyal and proud group, the Colorado School of Mines alumni. I want you to know that around the globe, you'll find other Mines alumni who know what you are made of. Welcome to the Colorado School of Mines Alumni Association.
Thank you, Patty. All right. Let's see. You want the short close or the long close? Okay. The long. Make it last longer. No, we won't do that to you. Anyway, in close, we have to do two things. One is we sometimes occasionally give out a President's Award here on the spur of the moment, which Blaster is the President's Award. And it's always to sort of someone who sort of catches our eye as they cross the stage. And today it goes to the youngest person to cross the stage in the PhD procession. And where is the youngest person to cross the stage in the PhD procession? All the way in the back? Way back? Okay, this is... All right, I know we have a few athletes in this group, right? Would the athletes stand up? Yeah, I know there's a few. Some of you are hiding. We'll call you out if they're... I was wondering if you'd help us with a fight song. And you can bring up anybody that you want to with you to help us with the fight song. And we're going to do it football speed, so Colin's going to lead it. Okay, it's just a lot of clapping and noise. And the alums on the stage are going to help because they've already done it once this morning. So I just want to tell everybody a little bit about our athletes today because I think they're a very special group. They work very, very hard academically, and you know, they also somehow manage to compete at an incredibly high level here. So between our two ceremonies today, we graduated 24 student athletes. 22 of them had been members of Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference championship winning teams. 22 of them had competed in NCAA championships, either as teams or individuals. And we had 2 academic All-Americans graduating today. And one of those actually is Colin. Colin, raise your hand. And Colin, I think, is a 2-time, is that correct? Academic All-American, which is pretty difficult to achieve on national. So I'd like to recognize our athletes. So here's what we're going to do to close things out. So, and the athletes, you're allowed to grab friends from the audience to help you if you want to, or anybody who wants to help us sing the fight song, or if we have any graduating people who are in the band or anything else, that would be great. So you want to feel free to grab people, like, for real. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the fight song, and at the end of the fight song, that's the opportunity for everybody to make a lot of noise to congratulate our graduates for the last time, okay? If you're in the stands, your job is to pound your feet and, you know, stomp, and why don't you practice that a little bit? Excellent. I think they're going to do good. And we're going to make a lot of noise, and Dr. Kath, where'd he go? So he's in charge of calling the end of the ceremony. So because he carries this funny book from ages ago, the De Re Metallica mining book. Where's the mining folks? Okay. Well, you should come up too. Don't you think? Okay, so we already got some mining folks up there. So bring your fellow miners up there too. But anyway, the opening of the book symbolized the opening of the ceremony, and the closing of the book symbolizes the closing of the ceremony. So when our esteemed Professor Dr. Zaikath decides that it's loud enough in here, he will close the book, and then recessional music will start to play, very appropriate for the theme of today. And then the platform party is going to leave. And I'll ask everybody to stay in place while the platform party leaves, because they need to get to the door before you start mingling around. Because number one, they want to get a head start to get over the reception that we have for you. We haven't mentioned the reception yet. So we have a reception for you in the ballrooms. But the platform party likes to get there first, because there's these really good cookies over there that I like. They're white, they got these white sugar powder on. Anyway, they're my favorites. So we're gonna head over there quickly, and the other reason is if we don't get out first, I always lose a couple of them, and then I get in trouble for losing them. It's not good to lose trustees or faculty or leaders or stuff. So we'll make this work. So does everybody kind of understand that? We're gonna do the fight song. We're all gonna stand up for that. We're gonna make a lot of noise. We'll eventually close the book. Music will start. Platform party will move. Everybody will hold still, and then we'll all see each other over in the reception. Okay? So number one, thanks everyone for being here tonight. It's great that you came out. Students, graduates, congratulations again for your outstanding accomplishment. We're really proud of you. And with that, everybody stand. Aren't you glad we're not doing the long version? Okay, so, and if you've ever seen the football team do the fight song, it's over in 10 seconds, pretty much. So, with that, do you want to? Okay, so we'll do the big O. Okay, ready? O. Now it's time for noise.